All right.
First of all, how old of a damn banana? I gotta get that out. I'm sorry.
You know, when we have our pre meetings and shit, it does not mean you carry the conversation into this.
But
Okay.
you could have just as I had a question. I'll ask after the show.
That's so funny. I'm sorry, the timing was just too good. It was like live. It was like the Zoom calls all over
Right.
again. Me saying one out of pocket thing right when it cuts out.
Right when it cuts off, and then I always got questions.
Oh,
I'm
I used to love getting the
always.
last word when the Zoom call cut out. I was like, "Ooh, yes, I got it."
I
Eh.
don't even need the last word. I just need the answer to my question. And I am petty. I will wait the whatever the next day, 2 weeks, whatever. And wait, I had a question. Also, before we get started, that child's name is Rumi, not Remy.
Oh my
Why
goodness.
you let
I
me
got
get
texts
called
the
out?
last 2 days about this bullshit. So let's be clear. First of all, hello everybody. Welcome to Try Session Podcast. We're all back again. Intro done. Okay. So let's start this movie. Yvonne went to Cowboy Carter, right? She went there on the 10th. So it was 3 days ago as of this recording. She originally just went there. It was in Atlanta. She was with her best friend Blair. Shout out to Blair. What's up, girl? Hey girl. And
She
everything.
does listen to podcasts.
And everything.
I don't know you, but you seem really nice. She only says nice things about you.
Yes, that is true. The day after, I get a text saying, "Why did y'all tell me that baby's name was Rumi instead of Remy?"
I'm
like
talking
that
to
baby's
people.
name was Zaquan instead of Zaquan.
I was sitting there talking to people, and they were looking at me like, "What?"
Why were
And
you?
it was like, Beyonce kid, Remy, and Blair is like, I guess she was probably behind me, like, don't encourage that. She just, I'm her minder and her handler. Which, oh my God, Beyonce, Cowboy Carter, wonderful concert. Next time though, we doing it bougie. We rode the MARTA, which I knew was a bad idea.
Oh, the train.
Yeah. Everybody, the people at the hotel was like, "Oh, it's a simple." No, it's not. No, it's not. First of all, Atlanta, label your trains properly.
Ooh, child.
Yeah, label your
It's
trains properly.
when you leave your own city, it's interesting how shit kind of works. Like, I mean, granted, mine was in New Jersey. I didn't do any Jersey transit or anything like that. I took a bus to a hotel, and then from a hotel, took a cab to the stadium and took a cab back.
Which what we
So
should have
like,
done.
which is like more common than everybody else does. But there's a lot of people who would be like, if you're already in the city, you're more than likely just going to take whatever transportation back to your own home. Or
And
if you just don't.
it makes sense on paper until
Mhm.
you realize you have no idea how Atlanta MARTA system works, which is not a huge system, but Atlanta is just a busy place.
Yeah.
And no, next time I told Blair, if we do this ever again, I'm going to be one of those rich old people that walks out and like there's a docking station by the Mercedes-Benz Stadium for black cars. I mean, all you saw were black SUVs. And I
Uh-huh.
said, I don't care how much that costs because right now my left knee is popping, my back hurts. Somebody in this group is funky as hell,
And it's
and we got to walk
crowded.
to the MARTA and stand with
There's
all these
always
niggas.
one. You
I
would.
will pay these people cash,
I just
grass, or
And
ass. I will pay these
luckily,
people to pick us
is that
up.
weed?
with
Well,
my
there we
circumstances and what's going to happen for me next year, I will have a car. So I will be driving my ass to the next
but you know,
concert and driving the fuck home.
parking is going to be
Oh, I don't give a fuck. I
take.
will get there early enough to find me a spot close enough to the stadium, but far enough so nobody can get in my motherfucking car.
Everybody always says that, and we got there. Blair's pretty anal, so we got there like 2 hours early,
Is she a
and it was
tourist?
no. She is a Cancer, so
Oh,
she's the
okay.
mother. I call her Mama Blair. Hey, Mama Blair. Everybody knows
Oh,
her.
me and Blair
I'm
would
a
get
tour.
along so well.
I'm a tourist, and
You
I like
would
to
because
play
she's going to get
girls.
you in line. And so Mama Blair was
Mhm.
running the show. We got there
Is
2 hours
that
early, and there was a K-pop concert going on. And so K-pop concert in because there's two stadiums. There's a Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and then there's the State Farm Arena. And there's a
Okay.
K-pop concert going on in the State Farm Arena, which was interesting, right? So you got people dressed like cowboy, Carter, and you got people dressed like, emo K-pop sort of thing. And this dude, this Atlanta police officer, he was kind of cute. We was talking to him a little flirty. And we were like, well, which way is the concert? And he's like, well, which concert you going to? Fucker, We ain't
Like,
going to
excuse
no
you, do you not
K-pop
look at
concert.
this? Like all of this that I'm wearing right now? Do
Right.
you not indicate
Blair in
what
some
fucking
booty
mean?
shorts with the fandangos on it, with the little
Like, girl,
with an old Renaissance T-shirt.
Do I look like a 20-something-year-old with too much free time and all of the expendable income?
I'm like, with this on and everything, do you really think I'm going to a K-pop concert?
Her booty cheeks hanging out of cowboy shorts
Sir.
with little, and she
Sir.
got boots on. You think we going to a K-pop concert, sir?
The fuck?
But
do I look like a Harajuku? No.
But I was kind of
that's Japanese.
Still.
Right,
that's
J-pop. I was kind of interested because I do like K-pop, like just to kind of poke my head in there. I wouldn't know what in the hell was going on. I was like, oh, okay. And also to get some air conditioning. Yeah.
It'd be one or two things when it comes to a K-pop concert. Either you're gonna go in and everybody's gonna be real quiet, real demure, doing the chants, and then just letting and watching the show, or it's gonna be complete and total pandemonium, and everybody gonna be doing the dances with the boys, and girls gonna be doing what girls do. But Lord knows.
So also at Yvonne, you were at the first night at the Atlanta concert, correct?
Yes.
So Yvonne got the privilege of witnessing
the walking horse.
The fact that she got the horse.
I thought everybody saw that because we were like, when it started, we were like, oh, look at that. And that shit leg moving. I was like, that's cute. I was like, look, Blair, leg moving. And
here's my thing. I'm not even mad that the horse, everybody else got the horse. At this point, this tour has been up in itself every other show.
Mm-hmm.
But someone made a point in saying like, oh, how fast did Beyonce get this made up for the show in Atlanta and everything like that? I don't think she had that made up within like 4 or 5 days. I think she been had that, and it was just waiting in the wings.
Yeah,
which then makes me wonder how long was this going to sit backstage at a show before you actually pulled it out?
Is she still doing the car?
No, we didn't have the car. We had the horseshoe. So she sits on the horseshoe. So Blair made a good point that every arena and stadium and venue is different. Mm-hmm. And with the Mercedes-Benz, it's like a dome because it can open at the very top, but because there had been such rainstorms, they had decided to close it, I guess, for the duration of it. Mm-hmm. So I think that sets up different things, especially when you have flying stuff. So somebody probably said, you know what? This is the perfect setup for a walking horse, a mechanical golden.
Somebody in the production said, Miss Beyonce, I'm not making eye contact. But tonight might be the night for the horse.
Like, I'll just turn my back.
Can I take the horse out of the box?
But I was like, how long was this horse going to be sitting here before you actually use it? We're going to save it for the last show or some shit like that? You didn't even pull it out for Paris. So that tells me you either had this made for several months or you had this made from the beginning and it just got here. I don't.
You know what else I noticed about Beyonce? She is all business. Because as she was walking, like the in between moments, she didn't regale you with any funny stories. Like one time, Oprah and I were doing some blow in the bathroom. No, she was like, "Happy birthday, Ronald. Jessica, good to see you again. All right, Taco Tuesday, Brian." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like we don't get any funny little stories. Like back when I was working with Diana Ross on this number in 1978, and the music just kind of starts playing in the background. You know the song. I know. She was like, "Happy birthday, Susan," and then she would do I was like, "Boy, you're all business, aren't you? You just."
I mean, the thing about it's just like how Beyonce's mother can't really do too many pictures of Beyonce, because then people will like conflate it and then use that to try to degrade Solange or Kelly.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just like she can't ever do anything. She can never do too much on anybody.
She can't win. Yeah. Her visuals, though, I will say, I didn't go to Renaissance. And so Blair went to Renaissance. And she was like, I'm so glad she incorporated a lot of Renaissance. Like the latter part of the concert, like I would say the first fourth was Cowboy Carter. And then she like weaved in some Cowboy Carter. But there was a lot of Renaissance, which is good for people who didn't go to Renaissance, And the visuals were a lot of fun. The screen.
Oh yeah, the stories that she was telling.
The story that she was telling.
Just for FYI, my microphone wasn't on correctly, so the first few minutes of this audio is probably gonna sound terrible for me. So forgive me.
Yeah, I heard you. Fine.
I know, but my microphone itself was not plugged. Was not on.
So when we get the recording, it's gonna sound a little different.
Yeah,
It's gonna sound
that's
like me just talking to myself
yep.
with y'all
That's-
agreeing, which is the way it should be. But
No, it was on the wrong microphone, so hopefully it sounds better.
Who run the world, girls?
who
Am
run
I
the
too
world?
loud?
I knew about 70% of her discography because some songs I was like, I was just like, let me just
Yeah.
move my lips.
I mean, that's fine. As long as you listen, I'd rather you know 70 than sit there like a husband who decided to buy his wife's tickets for no reason.
There were plenty of
I'm
those
so,
there. Plenty of those
I
there.
just
They never
so
sat in the
upset.
seat. They would always run up and down the aisle like children. And they would be like, and I'm like, sir, are you gonna just stop? Because I had a seat right on the end because I have to go to the bathroom and stuff. And I don't like disturbing I don't like disturbing 20 people like, excuse me. So, like the problem with the end seat though is you get disturbed by everybody coming up and down the aisle. A lot of weed. Oh my God. Whatever loud this chick was smoking with the 6 or 7-inch heels and the terrible dress and the titties popping out from the girl, that shit smelled bad. Everybody did the same
That
thing.
was
Like,
national descriptive.
who baby shit in here? It was terrible. It was terrible.
And
It
that's
was,
what you get when you. Never mind. Let me not make an enemy of Atlanta.
I don't know. Maybe I'm New Orleans. I'm already an enemy of Atlanta. And I like Atlanta. I like the vibes. But several people were like, somebody shit in here. It was terrible. Usually
Feel
we
like that, girl.
smell okay, but this shit was
I know
shit.
there's a lot of punks up in there just getting their life, girl. You sweating out this t-shirt you got on and this mesh. And
I just don't understand why you would disrespect everybody and yourself in the experience of a Beyonce concert being funky.
I felt like there was some people fighting at your concert, but
Could be. I mean, it didn't give the vibe of fighting. People were like really nice and cool.
but my thing is this: if you're in the floor seats and you start a fight, I would have been like, "Are you stupid right now? We all just
Right.
paid upwards of $1,000 for these tickets, and you're
A
starting a
lot
fight,
of
and
money.
Beyonce is right there. Oh no,
Right. A
no,
lot of
I'm
money. I
calling
couldn't
security, but yo, get them
imagine.
out. Let's go.
Right.
I
I
paid
couldn't
too much for you to
imagine.
ruin my experience with the ghetto.
Right, and this only lasts 3 hours, and after it's done, it's done.
Absolutely. Wait, you said it only lasts 3 hours. So that's what I told Blair. I said, as I like Beyonce, but I was like, yeah, we can
Yeah,
wrap
but
this up.
aren't you impressed with the fact that she could do that for 3 hours?
I am. But like somebody said, she, she moves a lot less than she used to, which
Oh
is
yeah.
smart. I mean, there's a lot of dates and she did have some visuals in there about her knee surgery. Cause I told Blair, I was like, she had knee surgery. She's like, did you? I said, Kay told me that. That's how I know that tea. So I didn't know that. So,
And Blue's picking up the rest of the weight. It's okay.
Blue is so
Blue
cute.
is running the show. She's the one. She's probably the one
Right.
who said, "Mama, we taking out the horse tonight."
Right. We taking out the gold horse. The one that
Her
walked,
and
mama.
Rumi,
The one that
her and
walked.
Rumi were looking
Yeah,
at the.
right.
We're inspecting everything. We're like,
Wouldn't
horse
that be
tonight,
funny
horse
if
tonight.
Not Rumi was the one running everything out there, that was like, okay, we're going to transition into this. Honey, Balenciaga. Yeah, come on, let's do it.
I hope that there's a documentary in behind this, at the tail end of this, like it was with Renaissance, because I would love to see this behind the scenes. Like this one in particular would be really amazing to watch. Like how she actually created this show, but also too like to seeing how intricate Blue is in this and Rumi
That
and
is true
everything. It'd be
because
very interesting to watch compared to the first one.
Blue is so much older now,
Mhm.
and I remember in the last one where the scene where it's just like, "I hear your opinion, I value your opinion, but we're gonna do what I say," and it's just like, wow.
Yeah.
It was just yesterday that girl made her first appearance on stage without even being born.
Yeah, right. In her mom's belly.
Like
But
one of the background dancers, which is ironically, she was at the performance where Beyonce announced that she was pregnant with Blue. To now she's on stage with Blue performing and shit like that. I'm like, bro, that is like
it's full circle.
that's
They had a shirt that I wanted to get with blue on it, says Deja Blue. And me and Blair were like, oh, that's so cute, especially for like the young, because there were a lot of young girls there, like little girls. And I was like, that would just be wonderful. But yeah, they filmed the whole thing. I guess they must film all of the
she's probably taking the best or whatever she liked the most from the production and said, all right, we're choosing this clip from this clip. Because I had a conversation with my coworker today, actually, a few of them, and I was telling them it was this one real young girl. She about 19. And I told her, if you have the chance to see your favorite live, go see your favorite live, because you never know when it's going to be their last show. And it makes me so upset that I did not have the money, nor did I have the time to go see Beyonce live between any of her concerts to now.
Well, her next because she's, and I am on record. This is the year of our Lord 2025. What is today? What is today? 13th. It will be an opera album, her next album. Because she put some tells in the Renaissance for the cowboy. There are some operatic tells in the way she does. It's going to be a space opera. But
so her imitating Tina Turner and Prince was not an indicator of what the next album was.
But also her doing arias. She's going to do a space opera. I'm telling you,
a space rock opera would be awesome.
Probably something
that
like
would just be Android Lloyd Webber.
Right. It's gonna be cinematic. It's gonna be hip. It's gonna be like, what did I smoke?
They're gonna get the roller skates out.
Well, let's hope that Starmother next year, 2 years from now, you can go to her next concert.
Hopefully. I'll go with you, Starmother. We'll go.
That could be a trip for all three of us. Like, we figure out what city we go to, and we all go to it together.
But I ain't riding no Marta.
You think I'm gonna be dolled up? And one thing about me, if I'm dolled up, I'm wearing heels. And if I'm wearing heels, you're not gonna get me to be standing too.
You gonna be like every other hoe in that line in heels.
I'm maybe getting floor seats. So if y'all want to stay in the wings,
I ain't gonna be getting no floor seats. I will match your energy and be in the VIP section with whoever was in that VIP section. Going, ooh, they got the big shrimp here. Go ahead, Kay. Enjoy your show, girl.
But I said this before, and I will say it again. If, like most plays in most productions, the third act is the final act. If the third act is her final act and her farewell to the music industry, as far as we know, because I cannot picture what she would be able to do after the act 3, especially what she's done with these two. I don't know what could be possible. If it is her final act, I am perfectly fine with it, and I think she deserves to bow.
I think, and this is just me with the inevitability of life and all things being possible, not in the biblical way, but like she's a person. She could change her mind. She's Beyonce. She shut down the internet.
Every other one.
World stop. Carry on.
But dark hair.
But it's one of those things where I think if she were to come back after Act 3, I think it's going to be for her. Like, I think these 3 acts are for the culture, for the people, and kind of just like to give the conventional industry and like break some barriers. So it's just like, hey, I made way for people behind me. I did my part in paying it backwards and forwards. Come on now. Y'all do what you need to do. Anything else, I do for me. Because it would be cool if Beyonce could do a residency, if that was something she was into, that would be so much fun.
That's what I think. Yeah. I think, so here's my prediction. I think Beyonce is going to be this Svengali behind Blue's career. I think Blue is going to do something public. I think I could see Beyonce doing a residency. Shit, I could see her doing a cruise ship, like, welcome to Carnival, cruise of the sea, lady of the sea. We're cruising to the Caribbean. I can see it.
Literally, the fun thing about Beyonce is she has as much reign as she wants to, because she's done musical. Actually, no, she might go into acting. Because I do remember her saying that she wanted to get back into it and do something more serious and like try.
When she first announced this, I really thought Renaissance was going to be a 3-act thing. So I thought Renaissance itself was going to be like 3 different pieces. But because Cowboy Carter came out, I'm like, so is Renaissance? Is it the act in itself is just like you producing these three bodies of work, or is it Renaissance? This is like one part of Renaissance, this is another part of Renaissance. Like, you know what I mean?
But I think the overarching thing is like the slide that said it's all theater. I think for her, she's saying this is all theater. Even the cowboy is gitch. It's theater. It's dressed up. I told Blair, 2 years from now, bitches are gonna be looking like Bridgerton, powdered wigs, heels, powdered.
She's done it before. She'll do it again.
Walking around, and you're gonna have the greatest mix in a theater. You're gonna have cowboy, Bridgerton, with glitter walking around.
Oh my gosh, she's gonna be wonderful. The powder wig, and all of a sudden the horse gonna run by, and she's gonna be like, "Look at that horse! Look at that
Look at that
horse.
horse. Look at that horse. Look at that
I can
horse.
see it
Look at that
now,
horse.
literally, how she gets
That would be
the
cool.
mechanical horse.
What's from Bridgerton? Weren't they like Queen Charlotte with those wigs? I'm like Star.
Oh.
The wig opens up and the horse comes out. Look at that horse. Look at that horse. Look at that horse.
Oh, that
My
would
money's
be
still on a
such
rock
special.
album. That's all I'm saying. That's my final.
I
piece.
feel like regardless, her next album will have rock in it. Just like she had blues as well as folk and country in Cowboy Carter. Like she took the bass lines or like the roots of the genres, and the only thing that she really didn't touch too deeply on was blues.
Mm-hmm. And there's still a lot of blues in Cowboy Carter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
like I won't deny
that Louisiana, that's very bluesy.
Yes. And it's just like she very much went through the whole tree of the base. What's that thing called? It's the base of the tree, not the roots, but the thing, the not the stem, but the
trunk.
The trunk. She went through and like from the trunk of country and went out and went to the different branches of it. And except
right,
for the
different
aria,
types of
that
parts.
was
I love it. Well, but even the aria, you have so many. You know, you do have so many country singers who have perfect pitch. Look at Patsy Cline and what's that other girl that have perfect? They allegedly had perfect pitch. You know, so that's all part of it. So I mean, whoever she was working with, they did their research well. By the way, we should be on that show where one person doesn't know the word and they give you all the clues, and we're like, I don't know, pubic hair, balls, dick. That's what we're trying to say.
all I'm gonna say is we could just play heads up. It'd be very simple, and I just turn off my camera. Wait, no, we can figure something out.
What is heads up?
It's basically a game where you do that, where like there's a word on the front of your phone screen, and basically everybody's trying to describe something to you, and if you get it right, you go up, and then it gives you the next word. If you got to skip, you go down, and it still gives you the next word. That thing was that was a time in the 20 teens. People was doing that to keep them busy between the classes and the lines at Disneyland and all that jazz.
This was cultural. I missed this. I was living my life in 2010. I missed that.
Oh, I said 20 teens. Not that's not necessarily an offense. It's more so like I was in the high school, which means it had to be somewhere between 2012 and 2016. But don't nobody do no math. That's for the viewers, not for the audience. What was I saying?
I was battling for my life then.
Yeah, I was just like, it was around that time. Yeah, because I remember like that's when I had a smartphone.
Mm-hmm.
That's when literally I was just going to different amusement parks, and it's just like we in line for 30 minutes because Lord knows there's never a good time to come to fucking Disneyland anymore.
Star unsupervised with electronics.
Anyways, not trying to give myself war flashbacks to places. We should move on to the movie.
Let's move on. Let's move on to our the reason now why we're here.
All right, time for the movie of the week. This was Starmother's choice this time around, so let's get into it. Movie of the week.
Film seduction is revenge. Okay.
So, Starmother, would you like to give a descriptive of this movie?
Yes, I would. I think it's this is gonna bleed into the my Reddit story too. But Femme is a 2023 indie film about a drag queen who had just gotten off stage and performed. And this isn't a major spoiler. This happens in the first 10 minutes of the movie, so you're not really missing anything. Gets off stage from performing, goes outside, sees Irish twink looking back, goes off someplace. Drag queen goes to the store to go get some stuff from the store, and all of a sudden Irish twink and his friends come in, they bullying, they being boys, being destructive, and then all of a sudden Twink's masculinity gets confronted and he gets scared, and then he beats the living daylights out of her, and a whole lot ensues. Now, I don't know how deep I want to get into this explanation because I don't know how to give more without like literally going down the whole rabbit hole of the story. But that's basically the first 10-20 minutes of the story.
Yes.
Now, what I like about this story is there is a villain. There is definitely a villain. But there's also somebody who's a villain, but I don't think people recognize how they've messed stuff up. Like nobody is really this is a movie that very much is a humane depiction of trauma bonding, falling in love, accountability, and like the dangers of how the children say. Don't get on me.
Go ahead. Good.
The dangers of basically kind of being of committing to the bit, because there are times when you commit to the bit and you should have bailed out, and you knew you should have bailed out. You got too deep far into it, trying to play a different game, trying to play a role, and you played it a little too well, and now your body, your mind can't tell the difference between what's real and what's fake no more, and shit gets complicated. I will definitely say this movie is not a happy ending gay film. I am one of the girls who loves a good tragedy, a well-written tragedy. I want something at the end of the movie that's going to make me think, that's going to make me feel, and kind of have to like go through the process of, hey, this hit a few strings that come close to home for me, between the bullying, the having to mask yourself to be in a certain space, being in a situation where you're like caught up, and it's just like, if I don't play this role well, like everything goes wrong, everything goes left, and I lose everything that I built this up for. Like it's a very interesting situation.
And it looks interracial.
Yeah.
Yes, it is interracial. Now, the interraciality kind of doesn't really play a story.
It's just part of it. It's just there.
Yeah, it's just a thing. It's not necessarily played in any bit. Oh, yeah, the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah. Sorry, I had the wrong slide up for some reason. It wasn't moving.
The first 10 minutes are the crux of the.
Yes. So I would say that I recently watched this film within the last like few months. So I am aware of this film and how it transpires and everything like that. It definitely it is an interesting watch. I remember when they promoted this and I actually wanted to go see it in the theaters, but I didn't get a chance to. It is definitely a good film.
It definitely has some good sex scenes. I'll say that much too.
Yeah. These are the actors who are in it. Let me grab their names.
Oh wow! Okay.
Both very attractive young people.
Yeah,
very attractive.
So it's very much, from what I'm hearing, people who are in roles, performative roles. Yes. One is a drag queen. One is in a performative role of completely heterosexual.
So the one that plays Jules,
those kind of collide, and it's violent in that collision.
Yes. So the one that plays Jules is the black one in the white t-shirt, the white shirt right now. His name is Nathan Stewart Jarrett, and the one that's in the suit, his name's Gregory McKay. And basically, they play the leads in this movie and everything like that.
Now, one thing I will say that I think is racist is the fact that Gregory has gotten more roles since this production, or I've seen him in a few more things, whereas I'm sorry, what was that boy's name is?
Nathan. I have seen him in other roles prior to this. He was in a TV show in the UK called oh shit, what the fuck was that show called? Oh, for fuck's sake. I remember the show too, and I can't remember the fucking name of it. But he was in a show in the UK. And then he also saw in another show called Generations that starred Justice Smith and everything. He was in that as well. And he starred in other movies.
Smith as in the Smiths, as in Jaden, Willow, and
no, Justice Smith as that tall, skinny, light-skinned boy from Pokemon, the Pokemon movie.
I ain't seen the Pokemon movie in forever, so
anyway, he was in a show called Generations.
Yeah,
but
and Star. I mean, is that really uncommon for the white actor or the racially ambiguous actor to step away from these movies and get a lot more of the push than the black actor or actress?
I'm not going to say that this isn't typical, but they both did such a phenomenal job, an extremely phenomenal job. that I really did have to walk away from the movie. And for a little bit, there was a period of time where I kind of just was grieving. Like the movie had gotten me to the point where I was kind of like grieving because it hit real close to home for me on a whole lot of things that I guess I hadn't faced up to in years.
Mm.
And it was just like, hey, like,
I
you
think
want to
this is
depict.
why a lot of people don't really walk and embrace themselves in life because of shit like this. It's like
A lot of people don't what? Say again?
don't like walk through life embracing themselves the way that they can because of the fear of being in certain areas and environments where it could be a possible risk of danger.
Yeah,
Like
especially men.
yeah,
Especially men.
the
Men are afraid of
insecurity.
other men.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a reason why everybody in reality chooses the bear over the man, because the bear might play around with my body, but at least I know it's either going to eat me, play with me, or just leave me there. A man, I don't know what he's going to do with my body. And
I
I know
mean,
for a
because
fact I'm more scared of what he'll do and how they have to figure out to put me in a casket.
from what you said from the story, the
Mhm.
guy was okay with the interaction until his friends discovered it. Then that became, oh shit, I have to put back on this performance
Yeah,
of,
and then at the end he realized who he was.
but
He
that's after
realized
you've caused damage to someone needlessly.
Ooh, there was damage.
yeah.
And again, if for any of the viewers watching, please, I recommend watching it because I would love it if somebody in the comment understands what I say. Yes, there was a villain in this story. Yes, somebody did some bad things. And then there's somebody who may not necessarily have been that big of a part, but we should really be acknowledging how they are the catalyst to the last climaxing action of this
As
movie.
much as I want to give the villain's arc to one person, I have to hold two people accountable in the sense that I
I
don't
hold
think either way was right. Sorry.
So are we saying
I hold three people accountable.
that there's a little bit of a curveball at the end? Like,
It
didn't see
dep-
that coming.
it depends on how you look at it. If you see it from what it just straight on the surface, and yes, but if you really dig a little deeper than that, you'd be like,
So is
yeah,
it gonna
but
be one of
why
those
did
things where you're
she?
like, I feel,
Is
wait a minute
also
now.
the Stockholm syndrome. I just couldn't get over.
Yeah, there's like I said, it gets complicated. You play the role a little too well, and now you're stuck in it because
Yeah,
your brain can't tell the difference between what's when you are acting so deeply inside of a role. In the words of Kiki Palmer, my brain can't tell that this is just an act.
Hmm.
I might take off the character, but my brain doesn't know that it's still feeling and or has still made those chemical responses to whatever is going on because
But
I
yet
internalized
there's
it.
something deeper that I still yearn for.
Mhm. This was very much a. If you were a Tumblr girly, you'll definitely enjoy this story. For the Tumblr girlies who like that dark, dramatic, like building up the sensuality and sexuality of it all, like getting that nuance, this is a fun movie. It's definitely a think
Say
piece movie.
fun.
This is
Why?
yes, fun. It depends on what you find.
After you get put with some
I go to the
violence.
movies to be changed. It's the only reason why I like A24 movies. I
Mm,
go to come out slightly different than when I came in. If I
mhm,
wanted to watch a movie and walk away from it the same way I came in, I could just watch Marvel.
mm.
No offense, but
Yeah.
the movies ain't gonna move. If you get moved by the movie, we need to talk about how shallow your character is. Because lady, person, um,
I like visuals. I go to movies for visuals and to laugh a little bit, but I do like when I think about movies years later or something, or when I'm in a conversation with somebody like we're having now and I go, "You know what? This is similar to that movie blah 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 blah." You know?
mhm.
I do
yeah.
like that, you know.
Yes,
But um yeah, I like
but I
movies
will
like that.
also say it is a part of my job to analyze things and look and have that look for context. Because one thing I will also say that I wish I never learned, but I'm so grateful I learned is color theory and how color plays into movies and scenes.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
music is a pretty easy one to get into. It's just like you understand what's happening, but a lot of people don't understand. Like, hey, the colors that you're seeing are playing a story, and they were playing with the lady. They were playing with that lady,
But
lighted baby.
even music, so a good artist layers music, you know what
Hmm.
I mean? Like, you can
Yes.
hear the difference when things are happening, like with color. you could see the difference when things, even lighting, when things are intentional in movies. But I love when things, even in books, I love when things are intentional but unintentional. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? That person crafted that to be just a throwaway. But then you go, but wait a minute, that's so much deeper, or I find so much more meaning in that color. Why did that person wear that color? Why did that person present that color? Well, historically, that color meant, or that sound. Like, why is there a lone jazz instrument? Like, I think Sinners is a good example
Oh,
of how someone put together, you know, things that other people, if you casually watch it, you're like, whatever. But if you really watched it with a critical eye and a little bit of knowledge, because I mean, how many people go to the movies or watch a movie and have absolutely no knowledge? They're halfway scrolling through their phone and not
mhm.
really, so I think what you're saying with this movie is much more of a, hey, take the time to actually kind of just cue in,
Yeah,
kind of, yeah, it's worth it.
with the current political climate, with um, with the current political climate, with the conversations we have with inside of LGBT spaces, and like we talk about trans and or uh female or male to female existence in any of its forms, whether that be drag shows, cross-dressing, femininity on the masculine body. Like, it's, we have conversations about it a lot, but I don't think we ever as a community get too far in it, because people don't want to acknowledge the deeper parts of it, that it's just like, hey, their experience, if those people never fought for your rights, none of us would have rights.
Mhm.
It's just like how if disabled people never like protested and lobbied for some of the worker rights we have, we'd be a lot worse off, and it'd be so much harder to get things
Nigga,
Yeah.
like
that's
workers'
deep.
composition and such.
Basically, a lot of things are built on the back of the truly marginalized. And that's
Yeah,
always the way it's
Yeah,
been.
it's always gonna be like that. They don't. That's why like people don't understand why DEI programs is necessary. Because like, well,
because I love the people who wore the shirts who said like, you're probably DEI.
Oh God, yes.
Everybody
don't even
wants to go
realize
after.
it.
You don't even realize you're DEI.
No, because you only think about it in from the people of color. You never thought about like, oh, you're a veteran, you're DEI.
That's DEI hire, my friend. If you're
Oh,
a
you got
veteran and you're walking
anxiety.
around that job, you're DEI hire. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If
You're
you if you are white in a majority job that's of color, I've worked those types of jobs with school districts that are majority, black or brown, and you're a white person working around. Guess what? You're a DEI hire. We sat around and purposely said, we need a white person here. This is not going to look good for them. Hire
if we
Jeff.
put
Jeff,
this
come on
in,
in here.
there's gonna be a there's gonna be one white mom who gonna see this and say, why we ain't got nowhere. Where's
That
the
is
white representation? Y'all
That
got
is
all
exactly what happens. Bethany is gonna come in here with her 8 kids, and she's gonna be like, "They ain't no white." Hold on, Bethany. Hold on, Jason.
these.
Come on
Methany.
in.
Jason, come on, Jason. Time to
This
make
is
your
your time
5
to
minutes.
shine. This is
This is
this
your
is your
10 minutes.
DEI, right? This is
Do what you need to
why
do and get her out of here. We need to move
why
on.
you are here, Jason. Sit down and talk to Bethany.
All
Because
right.
if I talk to her, I'm a herder.
So enough about Methany and her 8 kids. Let's time to move on to the moment that Starmother thought was.
Oh my gosh, I love this video.
Both
What, it
guys.
wasn't
Moment just-
Beyonce with the horse that
No,
walks?
no, I ain't gotten that one
no.
in my
I
The
was the
goal.
one who. At least I picked the moment that actually was like, oh, actual still photos and stuff. I don't have to do shares. Ken doesn't have to do share screens and everything like that to grab the fucking shit. Unlike you two.
I
Anyway,
had still photos. I mean, it
like
was
you
King of the Hill. Okay, go ahead.
Well, this is my first time getting the vibe, so you can't be mad at me.
Fucking button.
Go ahead.
Where's the damn thing?
What's the moment, baby?
You'll see it.
What's the tea?
You know, it's just something that made me smile. I have it in my happy stuff folder on Instagram where, you know, if I'm having a bad day, why don't I just watch one of these? And it's just like, oh, this is gonna make me smile.
All right, so
Okay, Cartoon Network.
here's the moment.
Oh, you are not gonna believe what Wonder Woman wore into work today.
Not the two-piece. Not the
Two
two-piece.
The
Yes.
boots, even.
Oh, she makes me sick.
You're preaching to the choir, sister. Preaching to the choir. Heavens to Murgatroyd. I've broken a nail. Ow, that stings.
We talked about this too, like what, a few weeks ago or something like
Yes,
that.
it
Not
just
the
makes me
two-piece. Not
sleepy,
the
not the
two-piece.
two-piece. It's the subtleness of the whole scene where it's just like Cartoon Network really produced that because it's the implications of the gay girlie and the lady at the water cooler,
Mhm.
and then it's like,
The
that
Karen.
stings.
The Karen.
It's the up and down, like, oh my gosh, the subtlety.
It's
Somebody in the writing room knew exactly.
Snagglepuss that have a lisp. Snagglepuss. And the Wilma, that's definitely a Karen. Like she's a Karen archetype.
They are,
Coming
they are the
together to
worst.
hate against the woman that probably doesn't even really know that they're there. Not the two-piece.
No, 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 no.
Not the two-piece.
Ruby.
With the boots.
No, the funniest part about it is Wonder Woman's probably the nicest person in that office. She is kind. She acknowledged everybody, say good morning, and go about her business. And then there's these
does it
two.
in a two-piece and boots.
I love when they make cartoon characters look like they're real people, like actually
Right.
existing in certain places. I'm like, this is so stupid, but it's so entertaining to watch.
It would be something you would see in the office. And Wonder Woman is living her life, eating her lunch, and these people are talking shit about her every day.
Like, I'm a princess. What are y'all again?
Right. I'm an
Yeah,
Amazon
man has
princess.
I can get the lasso of truth, and we can really talk about
Like-
what's going on.
Your man has rocks. What's popping?
Thank you. She
Like,
has.
You gotta work a job
She
now.
has
I'm
Superman and
goddess.
Batman.
I'm a deity. What's the issue here?
I work because I'm bored. Y'all work because you need a job. We are not
Boom.
the same.
We're not
Right.
the same. And she can say all that, but she doesn't.
So
And that's what makes it stings the most. That she probably just good mornings them. Couldn't, if you describe them, she probably couldn't pull their picture together. Who?
She might remember the pearls. She might remember the pearls.
Oh, the redhead
Like,
with the pearls. Oh,
Yeah. They look
Not the
very
pearls.
authentic. Pretty old.
Not the rock pearls. Oh, those
I
look
found
authentic.
better. I can find better.
Right.
And then she
I
wouldn't
guess.
even remember Snagglepuss until somebody did the voice. It's like, oh, him.
Oh God, him at the meeting. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's exactly how that would go.
And it's just, that's the reason why I love it. It makes me smile because it's just like, if you don't know somebody like that in your office, you might be one of them people.
You might be one of the three that is going down with. I mean, it's funny because in office culture, or works in schools a lot, you get people who always want to drag somebody else down. Usually people who are young and happy and going on with their lives, and so then they try it with everybody. You know what I mean? I'm sure Snagglepuss has probably tried it at that water cooler with everybody. One of the Powerpuff Girls, he done tried it with, and nobody fed into it. Like, you know what I mean? They were like, I don't know, that's weird. Leave her alone. She seems cool. But then you
And
find
then
that one.
Like,
right. And then he keeps doing it until he finds that
Wilma.
one.
He saw Wilma and was like, oh, that's my kid.
That's my one. That's my one.
I don't even have to talk to her. I know. She did a little testing of the water and just put a little pellets in it. And she did all the work.
Curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's time for a new Flintstones?
No.
Not really.
A
But
cartoon
I also
or a
will
live
say,
action?
hell no.
These kids
I like the
don't
first
really.
live action. I didn't care for FIFA Rock.
Oh, you mean live action movie or show?
Yeah, live action.
Don't give people ideas.
I think
I like
what
the
they
first one
did
with
was
John
enough.
Goodman and Halle
That was
Berry.
enough. That was enough.
I would like it if they re-released the movie in theaters. I would not like for them to try to completely make it new. That's how I feel about a lot of Disney movies.
Who
is it going to appeal to?
Sadly, so still.
Who's going to appeal to? People my
That's
age?
true because like Flintstones is not as prevalent today as maybe like something else would be.
Mm-mm.
And then on top of that, if they
Jetsons,
were
Flintstones, those aren't cartoons that are popping that kids are aware of.
They're not still running. That's
No.
where it's-
And there
well,
aren't
they
any
are
reboots.
running, but like on the expensive package.
On the legacy, on the legacy channel for people like myself who want nostalgia and vibes.
Yeah,
You know?
Because I was thinking about I was watching Scooby Doo Monsters Unleashed, which I actually have to finish the rest of that.
that was a good. No, those are some
Scooby
good
Doo
movies.
is starting to enter that legacy vintage sort of thing
Because
too.
I was thinking like like most people have said, this is the greatest casting ever because they're literally the pinnacle of each one of these characters that they're playing. They were perfect casting for it. But B, I just thought like, wouldn't it be interesting if there was two versions of this concept right now? One of them would be if if they came back to the age that they are now and have to solve an old mystery from a cold case that they couldn't figure out. They're
That would
older,
be
they're
fun.
everything like that, but it's a little bit darker than before.
I was gonna say make it darker. Make
Or
it
I think. Well,
actually
they have explored that. They've
13.
done it a few times.
Yeah,
So they
Because
or
have
Scooby Doo
the.
has the possibility of being like a Twin Peaks. I think
mhm,
they had a Scooby Doo that kind of merged a little bit of Twin Peaks vibe. I don't know if y'all remember Twin Peaks.
yeah,
Back in like the 80s, it was like a weird kind of
I
thing,
think
they've always
Mystery
touched on a little bit of
occultish,
a
Incorporated.
deeper, a darker side of the
occultish
mystery.
kind of thing,
Yeah,
Yeah, that was Mystery Incorporated. They went a
Mystery
yeah.
little
Incorporated.
deeper.
That was actually one of my favorite reboots because it was more adult and it was darker because the
Mhm.
adult in me was tired of the little Mr. Jenkins. I'd have gotten away with it when you damn kids. I mean, that's nostalgic and fun,
Sorry.
but what?
It was one of the
No.
better ones made. I'm sorry.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, I do believe it is a better one. But the fact that it took somebody explaining it that like, hey, this is a franchise where they gave us proof that Fred thinks everyone's dating everyone.
Mm,
Fred is in a brave new world.
mm.
The group is dating the group, including the dog, which is why he treats Daphne the way he treats Daphne.
So,
Talk
so
about
He
Fred
left.
thinks they're in a
performative
polyamorous
hetero.
relationship. Is that what you're
Right.
saying?
Yes.
And
Got it.
If you
Fred
watch
is the
Mystery
meaning
Incorporated,
of performative. Talk about, fighting back some feelings there. Him and Shaggy, just go ahead.
Fred is the definition of a himbo.
A himbo.
yes, and that's why everybody loves him so much. I need to
But
see a
then
Black Freddy.
I thought
That would be
another
funny. What if we
version.
went into another alternate universe and we changed the characters up a little bit? What if
Well,
Daphne was black and the male? What if Freddie were female and Asian? You know what I mean? Like just change it up a little bit. And what if Scooby Doo wasn't a big greyhound? What if he was a teacup Pomeranian?
No. That's too close to the one who shall not be named.
Scrappy.
The one
I
who
said
oh
not
scrap.
be named.
I was like, who shan't be named?
But then I thought about what if
I
they
hate
had
Scrappy Doo.
what
He
if
ruins everything.
they
And
Everybody
he
made
knows he
did. That's the
ruins
reason why
everything.
he is a continuous joke now in the franchise of we don't talk about Scrappy.
oh my
And
gosh.
the poor little thing, he knows he ruins everything.
But then I thought about another version of it would be like, what if they all had children, right? Like
And
Fred
their children solve mysteries.
and their
And then they
children
just
solve.
continues the polyamorous relationship.
No, but their children have to find their parents because all their parents got kidnapped.
And
Ah,
continue on the polyamorous
there's so
relationship.
many, yeah,
But like
there's so
Fred
many
and Daphne
shows
would
that
have like twins.
mm,
Velma would have a boy.
mm,
Shaggy would have a daughter,
mm.
and Scooby would have
Puppies.
he would have pups. But then,
Mm.
if thinking about it, at the age they are now, Scooby would actually be gone, so they wouldn't have a
Scooby be
mom.
gone. Most
No, it
of
would
them would
be
probably start to be gone. Somebody's had a heart attack. Somebody's had a cancer scare. At the age they are now, I'm 50, and they were like older teenagers when
I
I was
think
a kid.
Matthew's the oldest one out of all.
So they would be like in their late 60s, early 70s.
it
I
would
that
be
that doesn't seem very interesting to me. I would be interested if they had middle age or grandkids and they had to solve one of their murders. But I know people would be up in arms if they thought one of them were murdered, but that would be so compelling.
I
I
think
think
it's
I think either way it'd be interesting to see. But Warner Brothers won't pull the trigger on shit like that. So
I
yeah.
I
Oh, go ahead, Yvonne.
Oh no, I was gonna say for you, Star, I think it would be much more interesting if Cartoon Network actually did a movie like The Office with like your idea, like with Snagglepuss, like just the characters. You know what I mean? Just
And
like
they
just
actually made that
right,
inner universe that they had and like made it real because
yeah, and
what
just
was the
do it
one
a
with
la The Office. You know what
yeah,
I
'cause
mean? Like you
no,
have,
Cartoon Network doesn't exist anymore, right?
I
I
know.
know, but whoever
But
owns it's still
when I saw
owned.
that shit, I was like, this is stupid.
It's still owned by somebody, but that would be fucking hilarious. Do it in
And they
the
could
in
put it
the
on Adult Swim. They
yeah,
really
do not
could.
right, do it in the vein of The Office. And it's all these old characters and new characters, merging together. and just do it like Gen X, Gen Z, and they're talking shit, and they're like human characters, gay, straight, the whole, like have Fred Flintstone go to fuck off and be in HR, like all these fucking pronouns, him, she, they, like have
No.
them be
Johnny Bravo, the HR nightmare, Johnny
yes,
Bravo.
hitting on everything that moves, yes, and
And I
then
think
they
at this
just be
point in
like,
time, Johnny probably will have at least experimented once, because there is a cutaway scene from the cartoon universe back when Cartoon Network was doing it, where Samurai Jack was in his fujoshi with that nice little loincloth, trying to get his coat, his whatchamacallit garb washed. And they were just looking at each other, and it's like awkward smile.
Samurai Jack was nice looking. Johnny Bravo wasn't bad looking. He was just creepy. You know what I mean?
No, I get you. It's
Yeah.
that ugly dude who thought he was too cute too fast, but never really learned how to talk to somebody.
Right. He doesn't have.
It's basically. Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, he doesn't have talk game. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's just like if you give an incel the body that he wanted but didn't change his personality, he's still stuck in the same place where before he changed his body.
That's Johnny Bravo.
Yes.
And he's always in HR. That would be the running joke, right? HR would be dealing with all kinds of stuff throughout the time. And then after Fred Flintstone had his racist tirade, his racist, sexist tirade, they'd be like, we have a 2:00 with Johnny Bravo. They'd be like, we fucking always have a 2:00 with Johnny Bravo.
Who did he talk to now? The only good news is just like everybody knows that he's going to at least get his ass kicked. Because every woman knows that it's okay to do it to Johnny, because he asked for it. He put himself in this situation.
Right. Like
he goes up to Wonder Woman in the 2-piece.
Right. It's just
y'all have thought this out way too hard.
He was helping Velma find her glasses, but inappropriately.
She was on her hands and knees, and he just like, yep, right in front of you.
HR is just like, this is your 95th warning. We're going to have to let you go.
No, the only reason why he's still working there is because of his mama. It has to be
his
mama.
Right.
Unless and his mama, the company, I don't know why.
His mama comes to every HR meeting, right, and starts the tears. My boy, and it's like, ma'am, this is the 95th time.
So these tears only gonna work for so long.
And then, oh my God, the Powerpuff Girls go into HR too because they're always beating Mojo's ass. Like it's the end of the day. And there's a meeting, and Mojo's like, "I got one more question," and then out of nowhere, Powerpuff Girls just start. It was
no. They do a hard face turn at him, and he just like
he gets silent. Yeah,
that would be like. There are times when they're bullies, yes, but there are times when they do the Lord's work.
And that's how like the office thing would work, where they do the thing, just what you said, and it's just like one character would do that, and just it would be that would actually, I think that would make money. That would actually be fucking hilarious. If you see anything like that on these internet streets, it was our fucking idea.
I'm just saying, like, that would be such a fun time.
So one last thing, because someone needed me to clarify something on Instagram. So as everybody knows, a few weeks ago, I went to Frolic Weekend in Provincetown. And as a result of that, I did a interview with Gay Magazine with Zaquan.
Yes, you did. I saw it.
I saw.
And
she's gonna get us our coins.
First of all, the interview was funny as shit.
Mm-hmm.
It was. And for anybody out there who is confused by the joke that I made in the first 10 seconds of it, when they asked me how do you feel about a side, just know that was a double entendre.
Oh Lord.
People know it was a double entendre.
I got you.
See, my problem with the side agenda is the fact that it's just like, are you like a drumstick or are you mashed potatoes, baby? I need to know what I'm working with.
Coleslaw?
I don't want no coleslaw. I can't do nothing with that.
We've gotten a lot of reception from the video. People are liking in the comments. People are eating that cheeseburger comment up. I don't know why that shit was funny to them, but they were.
It was clever.
It was
a clever girl.
And also, Zaquan,
it's gonna be me and your thing, Starmother. You were a clever girl.
Saquon being very much gobsmacked when she asked him, "So do you want to be put through a mattress?"
Yeah, that was very assumption. I was like, what if you want to put somebody through the mattress? Come on now.
No, no.
You assuming.
No, because in
You
that same,
assuming.
so I started making jokes with my coworkers where it's just like they like to do that whole bromance thing, and I'm like, I will literally tell them, I want to let y'all know this is going in my fan fiction of y'all. I'm going to make money off of this. Y'all put me through uncomfortable situations, and it's
Okay,
just like,
Tina, your fan fiction.
because there's this one parent. I won't say no names. I won't give no allegories because they don't watch. I know they don't. But just in case one day I make it big and it comes back to bite my ass, we got one dude who's a little bit more soft spoken and warm, and then we have the tough guy. And I'm just like, me and my coworker, we were like, he's the top, right? Like he's definitely doing the bending to the little brat, and it's just like, yeah, I see it. And I'm like, great, as long as everybody knows, because I can't be the only one.
Y'all assume a lot, and it goes back to like your movie. Like you don't know till things start popping what people be doing.
I hear you, and I
Yeah,
definitely
but
have
some
been
of us have that
surprised
gay intuition, and it just always works out.
because it's just like I know a soft top when I see one. Like in any
Mhm.
other situation, to the untrained eye,
I know several.
you could
Mm.
clock that.
I am
They talk a lot of shit, but let's be real. I've seen their work.
I am of the opinion, because I'm a woman and I kind of come in hot and heavy differently with men that are supposed to be, I guess, top or dominant, and face down, ass up, ready for some action to happen. So I've seen it way too many times. But it's like, oh, you like that, do you? Let me get this ready for you. Let me, So
Oh, and also, I don't know if it's supposed to be because I actually said more in that interview, but I don't know if they're gonna show more of that later. But like, I actually said something at the end of it about like, after she asked Saquon about like catching bodies, and I said something very, very fucked up.
so you think they're going to chop it up into smaller pieces?
I don't know because it actually was a little bit longer than that. I did say something else. I know I said something else for a fact after that. I'm pretty sure they cut that part out because maybe it was a bit too much. But like,
And as I was watching it, I was screaming, "Say the channel name, girl!"
well, I'm sorry, I forgot.
It's okay, but since we already getting in that direction, you mind if I read the Reddit?
Yes.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot the Reddit story.
We
Yes,
love
let's
it.
do that real quick.
We love a good Reddit on this channel.
We'll discuss that for a brief minute, and then we'll be out to y'all.
Okay, so
You will not rush us through the best part of the show, which is the last part of the show. We didn't establish this. Go ahead.
They can put us on 2x speed or listen to us at a different point. But so this is r/ask a gay because this was supposed to be my pride episode, but it's my story. Anyways, I, male 34, just found out my brother, male 30, has been on the DL for years. So I'm up batting insomnia another night, FaceTiming random friends to see who else is up that could yap me to sleep. My one friend answers and we kiki. They seem a little more awkward than usual.
Oh, what is that?
Excuse you.
Go ahead. Oh.
They seem a little bit more awkward than usual. I say, whatever it is, might as well say I'm going to be pissed off either way. So his friend stares at him, obviously struggling to find the words, which I thought was new for someone I've listened to go on at length about robbing guys in motel rooms. A girlfriend of ours recognized your brother from the other day. Oh, I think he's too anti, and I'm assuming the assumption is like he's very mass, very like anti-gay. From where? Their jaw hardened a little, or their jaw hardened a little as she hissed the words, "The room." And I don't know where this story is from, and I don't know what the room is from, but if you keep reading, you can get the context.
It sounded like from the deep south.
Okay.
I heard them, but it didn't make sense until I looked at them again, and they hadn't moved at all. Hold up. Nah, because I've never heard another chick estimate her way. I froze. When I was able to breathe again, I had already heard enough. Now, I was thinking, mistaken identity, right? But the dolls know what they know, and he's well acquainted.
In the room.
In the
with
room.
The dolls.
With the dolls.
Okay.
Even though it was still setting in, it was obvious what they were trying to say. Even though I was man enough to come out in middle school, apparently my brother had been on the DL for a while. Of course, we don't judge, and everyone has their process. But is it fair? I feel both betrayed, ashamed, and grossed out.
Grossed out.
I wouldn't say
What?
grossed out, but betrayed and not. Shame may not be a strong word for it, but I think
Well, I can. It
betrayed is
depends on
like.
where. Oh, I'll let you go. I'm sorry.
I feel like betrayed may be the only word that I can kind of agree with, because it's like, why did you feel like you couldn't come out, but I could? And then what's I mean, like, yes, everybody has different lived experience. I know I just made that rant last time, but what made you feel like you weren't able to? If anything, our family has been accepting, because I mean, granted, I don't know.
Do
Obviously.
we
Yeah.
know that the family's been accepting?
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. But like, I think there's the problem with the story is like it lacks a little bit of context. It's like, what is the family situation like when it comes to you being out and everything like that?
And
What
what is the
is the
safety
relationship between
level?
you and your brother? Has he
Mhm.
ever been outwardly homophobic,
It sounds
especially
from the
since you
story that
coming
he
out?
is, or that he at least was partially very homophobic.
So then it begs the question, like, I wouldn't say you feel betrayed. I would be like, you just should be confused as to
Yeah.
how you can be homophobic to me or even in general, but then still fuck around with the girls and the dolls and all that other stuff.
Uh, So we're trying to read a lot into that. I don't know if the brother's been homophobic or if he's just been silent. And in that silence, a lot is read. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
um, there's a difference. There's a difference between being actively transphobic and homophobic in my mind and being silent. Both of them can be bad, because if you're a silent witness to what's going on, you know, you can be just as bad. But
Hmm.
in this day and age of, is it really someone else's job to out someone? You know what I mean? That's for them to do when they're ready to come out. You know what I mean? And if the brother has caused him no harm and it's merely just, well, I came out, you should have come out. I don't think that that's right. Does that make sense what I'm trying to say?
No, I
Fair.
I think that makes sense. My perspective on it is I can understand those feelings of betrayed, ashamed, and grossed out, but I'm gonna caveat it. I'm gonna go layer by layer. So starting with the betrayed, it's kind of like you see me living in my truth, and if he's the only gay sibling, if he's the only gay one in the family, then it's just like, hey, it would have been great to have had some support. It would have been great to know that I had a comrade in arms, not asking you to become a flamboyant homosexual, just something. No, it's just nice to know that you also have somebody on your side who lives a similar, not necessarily shared, but similar experience. For the ashamed part, I mean, I would be ashamed if I had a DL family member. And I say that mainly just because I come from family members who are heterosexual for the most part, an exception to like one and me. But like, I don't stand for DL, and they're all too old, and most of them have kids. So it'd very much be like, hey, I judge you harsh. I judge you harshly. Also because they're hard denomination Christians. So
Mm-hmm.
again, judge you very harshly for the evil that you put out into the world, and then
Mm-hmm.
you expect it to come back to you. And
Mm-hmm.
then in terms of the grossed out part, it might be in one of those sibling ways. If it's from a sibling perspective, I get it, where it's just like hearing from my friend that one of our mutual friends sucked off my brother is definitely not something I
That's
wanted to
something I
hear.
want to, right. I don't want that
Yeah, like
in the
that's where I
old
can see, like, if you
memory
feel
bank.
disgusted, yeah, like if you feel disgusted from that, that makes sense. If you feel disgusted because he's all of a sudden like messing with the dolls, that's just fucked up. That's internalized homophobia within your own
Mm-hmm.
self, and you
That's
need to
why
like,
I kind of push back on the disgusted. But I get what you're
Yeah,
saying. And I think because I'm the oldest one in the group, you know, having
what do you mean you're
having
not a day
dealt,
over 26?
then y'all are 12.
Uh,
Having,
so I'm about to
having
okay, there
say
was no
I
reason. There was
feel
no
like I'm the only
reason.
person here.
You didn't have to do a cut. You didn't have to do a deep cut. You didn't have to do a deep cut. Damn.
have the in the closet thing, there's so many people my age that are still in the closet. You know what I mean? Now, I agree with you, Star. There's a difference between being in the closet and then harming those that are not. You know,
Mhm.
and then being in the closet and just doing your own thing. You know what I mean? Like if you were causing active harm, then yeah, I'd be all those things. Like you said, I'd be disappointed, disgusted, I'd be ready to fight,
Mm.
But if you're not harming anyone, and I know this sounds crazy because with DL, like, did he say he was married? Did he say his brother was married?
He didn't say anything about his relationship status,
Mm,
but from the way that this is like phrased, and there's no updates at this time,
mm.
from the way that this is phrased, as a matter of yeah,
There's
it
nothing that really gives
seems
detail
Yeah.
as to like what this situation is outside of just like him finding out his brother's DL. Like,
Yeah.
what is the
yeah, it's
relationship like? What is your family dynamic like? What is like?
Right. There's so much left out that I could see where this person's coming from to be blindsided like that with some of the things. But I think some of the things after I would personally after I thought about it for a while, I'd be like, well, has this person caused harm? How has this really harmed me and other people? If there's no harm, then I don't want to hear about, I don't particularly want you to regale me of stories of my brother and the dolls, the
Yeah.
same way I wouldn't want, a friend to tell me if I had a friend that slept with my brother or sister. I don't, okay, good for you. I don't want to.
The only thing I want to know is like, are y'all getting serious? Like, because unless it's going to be if this is not going to come back to bite me in the ass, or if I don't have to hear somebody, ooh, I love my best friend, and if she watches this, she watches this. If she don't, she don't. It ain't my business.
Hey, Star's best friend.
Hi, Lark.
Lark, I like that name.
Yes, he's a very funny boy.
I met him once.
My problem, he will try to introduce me to his love interest, and that's cool and all. That is cool and all. But the thing is, she's a heartbreaker, and she doesn't even intend to be a heartbreaker. And I got my intuition. I got my grandmother's intuition, and it's just like, I know how you treating this boy. I know how you talking to this boy. I don't need to know this boy because he ain't gonna be here for too much longer.
Okay,
And
so you're saying don't involve me in your foolishness.
Yes,
that's basically what you're saying.
Yes, because I don't want somebody texting me at 3 a.m. asking like about you and how things are going.
Oh yeah,
what's going on?
Yeah,
don't put me in that situation.
Why do you have my? How do you have my number? No, don't involve me in your.
No, they won't have my number. They'll like be on Instagram, but it's still the fact that I'll wake up and see the message whenever I do wake up. I got my phone on silent.
Yeah, don't involve me in your shenanigans. If you're up to shenanigans, I'm too old for that. Do not involve me in your shenanigans. I don't want to lie for you. I don't want to
funny story. I have bought my friend a birthday present, and I bought her a necklace. It was her birthstone, and she since lost it. I'm not gonna go into details. It wasn't her fault. It was somebody else's fault.
Oh, okay. Don't do that again.
It wasn't her fault. It was somebody else's fault for watching.
Okay.
And her boyfriend at the time asked her, "Like, who gave you this necklace?" I'm like, she's like, "Don't worry, he's gay."
Oh Lord, don't worry, he's gay.
Like,
he's the one you don't have to worry about, dear.
Like, trust and believe me, there's nothing going on between me and this motherfucker. He's gay. Let's leave it there. He gave me as a gift. That's it.
And that's funny because you would wonder if like most men would believe that, knowing that a good many men are DL. You know what I mean? You would wonder if they would believe that. Does that make sense? What I'm saying?
No, it makes sense. My issue with it, with having to use your gay male friend being gay as a defense, it's just always like, why is your boyfriend so insecure about it? Like, I love the videos on Instagram where the couple goes to the bar and homeboy's just a little bit farther away, but not too far away, looking out, having his own time, existing in the same space though. And somebody hits on the girl. The girl gets a free drink. She gives the drink to her man because she doesn't really feel like drinking. And it's just like, you didn't get free drinks. We got free drinks, bitch.
Right.
We are not paying for drinks tonight. Yes.
Right.
If you want something and somebody's hitting on me, all right, I got you. And vice versa. I'm always that kind of person. I'm an opportunist and a capitalist at worst. I hate it, but it's true. So when I hear situations, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, when I hear situations like that where it's just like, oh, you don't gotta worry about him, he's gay, and it's just like, beloved, if you gotta worry about a gay man giving your girl a better gift than you, whose fault is that? Because that happened to me once. That did happen to me once.
I mean,
I
because
saved up
that's not
my
my fault, sis. That's your man's fault. Like, he needs
But
to get
that
better at
gets to
giving
the
you fucking
crux
gifts.
of the situation. It is not about sex. They're not worried
Mhm.
about that at all. It is about the treatment and you realizing as a woman, oh, there are men that will treat me better.
Mhm.
And most gay men put in, I mean, most straight men put in minimal effort in a relationship.
Mhm.
Whereas a gay best friend is going to put in much more effort, right?
No, because I got my own story. One time in my sophomore year of high school, my best friend Claudia, she said she wanted a pair of shoes, and I wanted to get it for her. So I saved up my lunch money for 4 months. I did not eat at school. I was being fed by Goodwill and God. The whatchamacallit of the universe was feeding me. And eventually I had enough money saved up to buy a Visa debit gift card, order it online, have it mailed to my house, and then for Valentine's Day, I gave her those shoes. $100 and something plus taxes and
Without
shipping.
asking for anything in return from her.
With nothing. And all she got from her boyfriend was a single rose and a small teddy bear.
Boom.
Like,
You see, the two are not the same.
and she still got them
Not
shoes
to be,
today.
because I know some straight men listening to me see that's the problem. Women are materialistic. No, that the problem is you do too little, and you're
Yes.
shown up by someone
Yeah.
who is a friend. So because what you're saying is what women do for women all the time. You know,
Yes.
I will drop everything for my friend to help you because you need the help. You know, not because we're sleeping together, not because you're the mother of my kid, because you're my friend.
This is why so many men are now out here complaining about how the lonely man epidemic is not their
Yes.
fault, even though
There is a
because
loneliness epidemic, sure.
they're so used to like doing just the
The
barest
bare
minimum, and
minimum.
women just loved it
Mhm.
or accepted it. But now it's like, yeah, no, you can't just get me a gift card and call it a day. Like
And
if
call it a day.
if we're in a relationship, you should be paying attention to me. You should be understanding.
Or if that's the case, then you accept the bare minimum for me. I'm going to match energy.
Yeah. So like I'm not like I'm just going to use this as an example. I've obviously me and my sister, we've had a good 31-year relationship with each other. Not anywhere sexual. Shut up, people out there.
No,
She's my
It's your
sister.
sister. Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah.
But
This ain't
because I know,
Alabama. They're from New York.
yeah, exactly. Because I know my sister so well. When I got her a gift for her birthday one year, I got her all the shit that I knew the fuck she liked. And
There you go.
I knew she liked Nirvana, I knew
Because
she
you
liked Queen, I knew
listen.
she liked Michael Jackson. So I got her one of those three shirts. I got her anything that has cats on it. I got her anything that has any of her favorite characters like Naruto or
Oh, I love Naruto.
Dragon Ball
You
Z or anything,
listened.
One Piece.
How many men
Because I
get
pay
if
attention to my
they
sister.
do get a gift, they get what they like or what they think you'll like because they didn't listen.
Yvonne got me a gift for my birthday. She got me an Ulta gift card.
I did.
And it's like,
Because you
yeah,
know
I just say you
why?
don't get a gift card, but she got me an Ulta gift card. She
And I was gonna get a
It's
knew
Sephora gift card, but I was like,
specifically.
Kay doesn't strike me as a Sephora girly.
No.
And I think we had talked. Also, K word, you might want to edit this out. Your nose ring is doing the booger thing.
I know it is. It's been doing it the whole time. Hopefully,
Yeah, you
people are
gotta
smart
turn
enough
it
to
in
realize
there.
it's
Funny
been weird.
story. When I had the first nose ring that I had, that's how I got infected. I'd go to work and I was in meetings and I would be talking and it would vibrate out. And you could watch people's face, just watch it roll.
And on that note, let's call this a wrap because I don't know how to finish this off.
I just want to say, if we take nothing else from this episode, or I guess my big three things is know yourself, know the role you want to play, and understand the second and third order effects of playing the role well, and or not playing it well at all. That is the lesson for the movie that I recommend. That is the lesson definitely for the people who are dealing with somebody in their life who's DL and they don't really know how to deal with that. Understand the role they're playing, understand the role that you're playing, and what happens when you play it well or you don't play it well enough. And then lastly, just
all theater.
yes, life is but a performance. some of us just wear drag.
Some of us just wear drag.
Yeah, and is have fun, be gay, do crime, don't do crime. Also, remember, the capitalists want you to not have a community, and that's the reason why they hate seeing women smile and laugh. Because when women find community, they uprise.
Mhm.
they make things happen. The girls, the gays,
Everything.
the
When
femme.
women find community, we make space for everyone. Men don't
And
do
that
that in
hurts.
community. That hurts
Yes,
men.
yes.
Mhm.
It's
That hurts
women.
closed-minded men. Let's say it that way.
So,
Yes.
hopefully next episode we will have a guest on because I asked them to join us for this one, but they had to go to work.
Ooh, who's it going to be?
I let us be
Oh, it's going to be
surprised.
surprised. Oh, okay. All right.
And trust me, it's not the
As you
person
can
that
tell
I think it
from
would be.
these questions, even production, we don't know what the hell is going on. We show up like a minute before, like, what we doing today? Oh, okay. All right.
No,
Well,
because literally,
okay.
I gave my movie a week ago. I gave my Reddit story an hour and some change ago.
Like that. keeps
Everybody,
shit
I was
fresh.
as surprised as you. Like, okay, that's the movie we're doing. That's the moment, huh? Okay.
They would
All
keep shit fresh.
right.
That's initial reactions right there.
Oh, you want okay? So that's what you were going for. Okay,
Yes.
okay. Well, you got it. Because I was like, what we doing? Like
So,
sometimes
All I
I'll be
knew was that
confused.
this
Like,
was my episode, so I needed to put in some work before we started into the room.
right, and I'm confused on the day. So we meeting today, tomorrow. What we doing? It's like a
No, yeah,
Zoom
because I had to
meeting.
work this. I had to work this this weekend. We was doing
Mhm.
12s, so
Mhm.
that's the reason why I couldn't do yesterday because I was just like I would, but genuinely I'm at work and
Right.
we ain't got no
No,
cameras.
it's funny. So Kay sent me the thing like we're gonna do it Saturday, and then you sent me another thing saying, "Oh, he can't. Star can't do it this time. They can do it this time." And so I was sitting in the garage with like Dunkin' Donuts, a Dunkin' Donut sticking out of my mouth, and I typed back, "So now we're doing it right now in this moment. I need a little more lead time than that, you know."
I will
So
always give you lead time. Don't worry.
you do. I misunderstood our communication.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
also
so
misunderstood our communication because I thought we was doing this 2 hours ago. Now, did that make sense for y'all's time zone? Not inherently, but
No,
for some
given the
reason
fact
my
that if
brain
I
was
say
okay
10
with it.
a.m., that means I have to do this shit at 8, and I had just woken up.
y'all are
Again,
lucky on the day of our Lord, because this is a Sunday for me. The day of our Lord. I don't usually wake
When
up
did this
before
when did
10.
this old woman become holy and sanctified?
On Sundays when I can sleep later on the day of our Lord.
if God is a woman, then Sunday I will worship her. I'm gonna take the mirror out the bag and fill it with self-confidence.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us this week episode. It's time for us to go. We love you all. Hopefully, we'll have a guest the next one. Appreciate everyone being here.
I can't wait for this
Catch,
guest. I don't know who it's gonna be, but I'm
I'm
excited.
catch you in the
single,
next.
looking
Next one
for a
will be a
man,
live
and the
stream,
ring
so
for a
enjoy
ball
It's
that.
gonna be a
coming up.
live stream. Okay.
Yeah.
So our usual 3 people show up. Yeah.
Sorry, when is the move to Alaska so I can deter?
Actually, so that got kinked for me, but I might be going to Quantico in August. That
The fuck is
second week,
Quantico? I've heard of it, but where is it?
Virginia,
Virginia.
Nova,
You're gonna
Virginia.
be continental? You're gonna be on the continent?
Yeah. Well, hopefully, if everything works out right, I'll keep y'all informed as we go forward. So like the next episode, I'll have the final news on whether it's yay or nay.
Okay.
So in our future, is there a possible live for us all 3 to be in the same like room?
Where are we doing this at? Who's
Yeah, 'cause the
Quantico?
thing is,
I don't know.
because you in, well, I mean, if you willing
I'm
to
in
travel
Nashville.
up,
That's not a hard.
Nashville,
I
Tennessee.
traveled to Atlanta traffic. Oh my God. For Beyonce and my friend. I go to Charlotte all the time. You're talking about when you're in Virginia and those places, that's not a hard drive.
No, I'm not
But-
saying it's a hard drive, but I know better than to try to go down the fucking 95
Okay, it's not a
south
hard flight.
on a
It's not
weekend at noon.
It's not a hard flight.
On a weekend?
It's possible.
flight.
It's easier to plan than Japan or Alaska. That would take a little bit of effort. I mean, you know, if you were in trouble, girl, you know, I'd be like, okay, all right, where are you? All right, give me some
Ooh,
coordinates. Give me
also,
about an hour.
for the next episode, expect to see pictures of me officiating a wedding because I've been ordained by the church.
Whose wedding are you officiating?
2 of my best lesbian friends.
That's nice.
Yeah, I helped them get together, so I get to do it. They didn't know they didn't know whose side of the bridal party they would have wanted me on, so they asked me if I'd be willing to officiate so I could be in the middle, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
What goes into that? Just like
You
have
just
to
do a
take
little
class?
paperwork online.
Oh, okay.
You literally just fill in some paperwork online.
that's really
But I
good.
also want to get ordained by
what
the
they do.
Pastafarians. So I can be like, in the name of the pasta, the water, and the sauce, I now claim you wife and wife.
I like this. I might get mine. I like this. Now that I know I don't have to take a course. For some reason, I thought I would have to take a course, a divinity course, a Satanist course, something I didn't want to have to take.
I would become ordained, but the amount of people I know who can't sustain a relationship, I see no fucking point.
No,
I
if
don't
you're getting
care.
paid
That's
for
repeat
it,
business. That's repeat
Yeah.
business.
if you're
right.
getting paid for it, or at least getting a free plate,
Ooh,
I like, hey,
that's the
$150 to get you married, baby.
That is the best. People who have good taste and have weddings and they serve good food. Oh my
It's
God.
gonna be a Filipino wedding. They're gonna be good food.
It's gonna be good.
All
Last
right.
wedding I went to had an open bar. Oh my God. I'm like, first of all, you got money. Second of all, I love this. Everybody should have an open bar, or at least an open bottle.
Can we close this out? I'm gonna try to do an outro for the last 5 minutes.
Sorry, we're doing the old church people thing. We're getting closer to the door, but
Just one more fucking finger up and shit like that.
We are going to
45 minutes.
In future, we're going to look at taking this to the Patreon for the follow-up stuff, for the stuff that we didn't include in the live. We're going to take it to Patreon.
For the jokes that don't make it into the start.
Girl,
you know, laughing our last off.
Kay don't edit shit. This going to go up just as is. Because sometimes I see stuff and I was like, I thought I told you to edit that out.
Let's be clear. The three of us and two other people did a Zoom call a couple of days ago, and Yvonne was like, "Oh, we should have recorded this," until she started talking about people's ethnicities.
Ooh,
and I'm like, "Did you really want to record this now?" I didn't think so.
No, that would have been a good Patreon video though, because it definitely would have. We could have put in some clips and been like, we could have had her bleeping stuff, so that way it would have been like, I want to know what she said.
And just for reference, I wasn't going all red hat hate on people. I was just saying a preference of mine, and people took that as, oh, that's. But it was just a preference. It was just how I observed things.
It's time to end this goddamn podcast because I got shit to do today.
It looked like
I gotta go to sleep because I got work in the morning.
Oh, it's night. Okay, all right, let's end the podcast.
All right, thank you everybody for joining us. We'll see you all in the next live.
It is Rumi, not Remy.
I'm still here.